If you're a golfer out there that struggles with compressing their irons, maybe you feel like you've lost some distance and you want to hit your irons further, then this video is for you. As always, please subscribe to our channel as this helps us create customized video content for you, the user. And I'd like to also welcome our friends in the UK. So as we get into this video here, one of the things I want to discuss is why you're hitting it shorter, right? Maybe the ball's flying a little higher, it's coming up short of your target. Maybe you're disturbing the ground slightly before the ball. Maybe you're picking it clean, you're really not making any divot or having any interaction with the turf in front of the ball. This video is definitely for you. So what's happening in all those scenarios is this shaft, one way or another, if it sets up at 90 degrees, could potentially be leaning backwards by the time you get to impact. You can see that just doesn't have an effect on the shaft, it's having an effect on the face, which is having an effect on the loft, right? So if I bring out this magnetic tool, we attach it to the club here, as that handle leans back, I'm presenting more and more loft to the sky, to the horizon, and therefore the ball is going to go up higher and shorter. Conversely, if I get this shaft to kind of return vertically, at least it's, if it's 35 degrees on my 7-iron, now I'm presenting 34, 33, 30, 25, etc., etc. So a couple degrees of shaft lean, this alignment, this magnetic tool, gets really close to the ground. If my hand's to the ground there, right? That ball's going to come out faster, right? It's going to move faster. It's going to go further. It's going to come out lower. So things that you can do to kind of see if you're doing that in order here would be to go ahead and grab an alignment rod and just kind of lay it on the ground and just make some rehearsals. You're not going to hit the alignment right here. Just make some rehearsals, backswings and downswings. And if you feel like the club head and the handle are getting to impact at the same time, this may be your issue. If you're a golfer who maybe slides ahead of it a ton and feels like they've always early extended, their body's moved up, or they've always casted, then this video is definitely for you. So things that you could do would be set up to this alignment rod, wind up to the top, and almost like if the alignment rod is the finish line here, make sure the handle's winning that race, right? You can see the handle's already won that race, and now I'm going to let it continue to win that race and just stop by the time I get to impact. Obviously, this is overdone. You can see my hands are almost outside of my lead thigh here. But wow, is that different than returning it like this, right? So that would be a great place to start. I think additionally, as we do this, if I bring the magnetic tool back in, you could do it in a fashion or in a way where we're trying to get that magnetic tool kind of lower to the ground as well. All right, so we're going to set up here. We're going to wind up to the top, come down, and instead of kind of presenting it up to the sky a tremendous amount, we're going to really start feeling some flexing in the lead wrist at the top there, some flexing, some twisting of the handle coming down, and really start de-lofting that club, right? That club face. So again, here I am, I'm to the top, I'm flexing, I'm twisting, boom, right? And it's returning really square. I did this in a video for you guys a few weeks ago. So the hands are ahead, that lofts way more down than it was at address, and that should provide a great visual for you to be able to achieve that position. If you were looking for something more practical when you were trying to hit a golf ball, I think what we're going to try to do is do this little drill that I use with my students all the time, and it almost always works. So it'd be alarming if it didn't work, and a lot of you are going to struggle to do it. So for those of you that are struggling when I show you this drill, go slow, take your time, kind of compartmentalize it. Don't try to do 97 things. Just do this. Just see if you can achieve this one thing. And I'm going to present it today in a way or in a manner where we kind of do different levels, the beginner level, the intermediate, and the expert level. So if you need to stay at the beginner level for a little while, by all means, please do so. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a golf tee, and we're going to put a golf tee in front of this ball. So if this is the ball I'm going to hit right there, I'm going to take 4 fingers and I'm going to put the tee in front of that ball, just like that. Now, if you've been struggling, right, maybe, I'll bring that ball back in actually, maybe you're a golfer, again, who's found a way to kind of, maybe you're falling back, who knows why, you're hitting the ground, the ball's launching high, the tee's still there. I did hit the tee, but the ball launched really high and kind of went not as firm or as fast as I'd like it to, or as far. So if I bring that in again, I do my little 4-finger trick here. I kind of put that there. Let's get this out of the way. And let's start hitting this or chipping some balls, no speed, where we hit this ball and remove the tee. And when I say remove the tee, it's bye-bye to the tee. We're not seeing the tee again. It's not 2 feet, 3 feet in front of me. It's out of here. So again, it's going to be about hip high to hip high. And I'm going to feel like the handle's high and the club head's low. So we're here now. No speed. We're going about halfway back just to my there. And then we're just kind of stopping. And you can see that tee is gone, right? That sound. Other things to notice, my hands are high, the club's low. You know, I'm going to look more like this at impact rather than like this. A visual cue for some of you out there could be that there's liquid in this shaft. And we're in a desert or whatever you want to say, and there's water in here. And the only way the water can come out is through the end cap. And it can only come out post-impact. Some of you are kind of spilling the water on the ground all over your pants, et cetera, et cetera. And I'd love for you to kind of maintain as much as possible. I'm sure some of the water's still going to fly out even when we do it correctly, but by all means, more of it's in than less. So again, advancing this drill. Before we were 4 fingers. Now I'm going to kind of go, and 4 fingers is about a club, right? So we're going to go a club, and we're going to go a club and a half. So a little further out there. And what we're doing is on TrackMan, which I own, you start seeing 2 parameters really change. You'll start seeing the angle of attack. You'll see that club working from high to low because there's no other way to do this. There's no other way. You cannot have a positive angle of attack with an iron. 1, you don't want to do that. But 2, you cannot remove that tee if you're doing that. So again, if you struggle with this, stay at the beginner level, the 4 fingers, maybe it's 3 fingers, maybe it's 1 finger, whatever it needs to be so that you can consistently remove that tee is what we're looking for. Now I'm at 2. I'm basically club head and a half. So this club's working from high to low. And it's going to feel, I want to be clear, I'm not descending so much into the ground that I'm going below the surface. I'm controlling my depth. Like a pilot who lands the airplane super smoothly, right? He kind of, boom, he touches down, just forever that way. We've all been on that plane where it's a little bumpy. You that's struggling at home, that are hitting a little high, a little weak, you might be the pilot that's struggling to land the plane. So again, we've moved the tee, 1, 2 club heads. I mean, this is pretty much as far as I'd go. And again, we're just going to swing back middle of my rib cage. We're going to stop here. We're going to see if we can remove that tee, and the feeling here. You don't even have to have speed. I'm going to go halfway back. Boom, right? No speed. And you can kind of see I'm just turning through it. Boy, that ball coming out fast, and it's launching low, and it's moving. It has that good sound to it. So I'll bring in some more tees here. Things to notice. I haven't, ripped up the surface. I haven't taken a big gouging divot, right? There's no need to do that. There's literally no need to do that. So again, one more time. We go halfway back, halfway through, and I'm just going to kind of stop there. And as a reminder, this is a position that we're just kind of compartmentalizing, visiting, or working on during this exercise. In my real swing, boom, I've hit the ball. There's going to be some shaft lean. My wrist will hinge at some point. My weight's going to go forward. I don't want to see you out there making swings and, oh, this guy Joe told me to do that. No, that's not what we're doing. We're learning to move our low point ahead of the ball, right? That parameter on TrackMan, a lot of you at home, half ball behind, half inch ahead. This is really going to start moving your low point 3, 4, 5 inches ahead. That's really going to allow you to compress the ball, make your 7-iron look like a 6-iron, and the ball's going to come out faster and go further. Obviously fly lower. So again, no speed, and this is the way that I want you to practice it. We're setting up a dress, no speed. We're just going about halfway back. Boom, we're removing that tee, and I mean the tee is going 20 yards, and that ball is just out of here. So what a simple drill. I'd love for you to try this at home. I'd love for you to comment if this video is helping you gain compression. And as always, thank you for following along on our channel, and I hope this video helps you improve.